morning.
Good morning.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Hope your long weekend went well.
Mm-hmm.
You had a nice, relaxing long weekend.
Yeah, it was very nice out too. So hope you enjoyed some safe time out in the sun.
Yeah, we even took the dogs out for a little hike in the forest.
I know. They were dead by the time we came home.
Very tired.
Napped all day. It was nice.
Yeah. Although we also kind of napped all day. We felt
we're out of
run
practice
down.
with this kind of stuff. So let us know if you have any requests.
Well, let us know what you did this weekend.
Yeah. It's nice to have a conversation, even though sometimes we can't read everybody's comments.
It's nice. It's nice to know that the world is still doing stuff out there.
Well, we saw the world do stuff this weekend.
That's true.
We saw where we went for a hike. It was so busy, but luckily once we got onto the trails, it was like
we had a thought.
Managed to.
Like when we were first parking, because there's no parking lot, it was just like cars on the side of the road. We're like, ooh, it's a little busy. But then once you go in, there's all these paths going through this area we went to, and there wasn't any people. So
way too many eggs for Sarah. And it's right, Easter. And happy Monday indeed, Jen.
That's actually the one thing I didn't really have this year. It was like Easter candy.
Normally your mom gives it to you.
Because normally my mother will give that kind of stuff to me, and they're away at the moment, so
so yeah,
and
we
get
did it belated.
Also, my family didn't do like an Easter gathering, which is normally when we would do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's okay. We had our own mini gathering at home.
It's true, and there was no lack of treats.
No.
Just different kind of treats. Like yuzu cookies from Oishi Cafe. It's a plug for Oishi Cafe. You should look them up. They're at Steeles and...
You're the one who went.
Kennedy. Steeles and Kennedy-ish. Around there.
Cookies.
Very good.
There's none left. I'm sad.
There's actually...
No, it's my sister's. Eat her portion. She's not awake yet. Okay.
The one thing that will wake Chinny up. Someone's eating my cookie? Alright. On that note, let's jump in. Let's get started.
Alright. So let's find a comfortable seated position. In case you were wondering, our cups have schnauzers on them.
Thank you, Sandy.
A little crazy. Actually, this is like the only schnauzer paraphernalia stuff we have.
Ooh, good word pull.
Paraphernalia? Mm-hmm. What's the word you usually use?
Kitsch?
No.
Tchotchke?
No. We're supposed to get started, but there's this word that when you describe like things that we have or store.
Something interesting and idio.
It's not idiosyncratic stuff.
No, I know.
It's like.
I'll think about it.
Okay, well, we meditate.
Okay, let's start.
Alright, so find a comfortable seated position. Cute mugs, yeah, thanks. Have your spine nice and tall. Or you can lie down like Abby's lying down. Close your eyes. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Hold your breath in at the very top. Feel the fullness of your inhale. Let's have a cleansing breath out through the mouth. We'll do that again. Deep breath in through the nose. Sigh that breath out. One more time. Breathe in. Sigh it out. Continue to breathe in and out through the nose. You don't have to take quite a deep breath in where you start to feel the body maybe tense up a little. Perhaps just allowing your inhales to be a little longer, a little fuller than your normal kind of unconscious breath. And it's very natural for us for the moment we start to be aware of our breath, we start to deepen it. favorite kind of trick or technique to kind of bring my attention, my focus to the present is simply be aware of the breath, following the breath in and out through the nose, into the body, out through my airways. So just for this morning, again, we're just following the breath in and out through the nose, perhaps following it as it goes down the back of the throat. Feel it travel, imagine it travel down your spine. Following it all the way to the base of your tailbone. And as you exhale, that breath travels up the spine, up the back of the throat, out through the nose. And as you get better at following the pathway of your breath, I invite you to add another layer to your visualization of this meditation. Assign simple intention or simple meaning to your inhales and your exhales. So for example, if you're feeling maybe a little kind of sluggish this morning after your long weekend, after having too many mini eggs, maybe when you breathe in, feel like the breath that you are drawing into your body is full of energizing energy. The breath fills you with energy, making you feel a little more awake, more aware. And each time you breathe out, in exchange, letting go of feeling of tiredness, heaviness, sluggishness. Or perhaps you're already feeling quite awake. The mind is already very busy. Whatever you associate calmness with, you're breathing that in each time you inhale. And each time you exhale, breathing out some of that kind of restless energy in the mind, or breathing out excessive thoughts. If you're feeling any physical discomfort this morning, any pain or strain, tightness, stiffness, breathe in this kind of healing, relaxing breath. Each time you breathe out, in exchange, let go of that pain or discomfort, tightness or strain. Combining your two most powerful tools, your breath, your mind, to make it work in your favor. And whatever your intention you have set for your meditation today, the next time you breathe in, breathe that intention even more deeply, more fully. and hold that breath in. Open your mouth, sigh your breath out. Let's connect the palms in prayer. Take another breath in. Feel free to join us for an Om. Gently bowing your head and blink your eyes open.
Nice. Have a sip of water out of your mug. Curio.
Yeah, it came to my mind.
Curio
That's
was the word we were thinking of. It's a word that Queenie thinks is really weird. And that only...
I've never heard anyone else use it. Except in Cloud Atlas.
Kind of like my grandmother had a lot of curios in her house. You know? All right. Find a tabletop tangents as we begin. In that tabletop position, just start to paw the ground. Just kind of walking the hands a little bit. You can turn them in circles. You can check in with the wrists and how they're feeling. You might even take your fists to the floor and roll your knuckles across the mat and check in. It's just 1 or 2 more breaths there as you walk the hands out. And then pause. Palms are under the shoulders. Knees are under the hips. Step the right foot all the way to the back of your mat. Plant the ball of the foot on the floor and then press the heel straight back. Press your heel straight back. So getting into the ankle, the calf. Breathe here. Try not to just dump into the heel of the palm. If you're noticing the knuckles lifting as you push back, really grip into your fingers and your knuckles. All right, release the right knee, step the left foot to the back of the mat, plant the ball of the foot, and then press the heel straight back. Really getting into the ankle and the Achilles tendon and calf. Maybe you build up some tension there with a long walk of your own this weekend. Especially if you're going uphill. Alright, you can carefully release that knee, tuck your toes, bring the knees to touch, sit back to your heels and slide the hands back. Come up into a kneeling shape here. And if it's really, really intense, sitting on the heels, stretching the soles of your feet, you can always keep leaning forward, hands on the floor. You can lift your bum up, take an upright kneeling shape, or if you have blocks, put the blocks next to your hips and push down into the blocks. Breathe here. In through the nose, out through the nose. Not here that long, but long enough that maybe a little bit of discomfort starts to rear its head. So try to breathe into it. Comfortably in and out through the nose. Alright, on an exhale you can release. Take the hands to the floor. Lift the knees up. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat. You can separate the feet about hip width. Catch opposite elbows. And dangle over your legs at the back of your mat. A little bend in the knees. So really checking in with the entire length of posterior chain here. From the soles of the feet up the back of your legs and down your spine. You can sway lightly, slowly, left and right. You might check in with the back of the neck by interlacing your fingers and holding the base of your skull like Queenie's doing. Just 1 more breath here. As you release the breath, release the arms. Crawl the hands to the top of the mat and find your first downward facing dog. In that downward facing dog, still thinking about posterior chain, the back of the legs, the muscles running up and down your back, even the soles of your feet. But we bring into it what's happening in our arms and our wrists and our shoulders. Push the floor away, grip into your fingertips. Just notice the breath here flowing in and out through the nose. Comfortable and easy. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Step or jump lightly. Top of the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. And rooting down to the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Grow tall. Catch the left wrist with the right hand. Pull that arm up. Squeeze right side body, lengthen the left. Nice, back up through center. Flip the grip. Catch the right wrist. Pull the arm up. Squeeze left side body, lengthen the right. Back up through center, reach the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze shoulder blades together, puff up the chest, inhale. As you exhale, hinge and fold all the way over the legs. Nice, take one breath there with the arms, and then exhale, release the arms. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, place palms, step or jump the feet back, high plank. From high plank, lower carefully down to your belly. Press into the tops of the feet, inhale, peel up chest and chin, baby or full cobra. Exhale to lower. Twice more, inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. Last time, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Push yourself up to tabletop. Palms out of the shoulders, knees under the hips. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, round the spine. Inhale, lift and arch. Two more. Exhale, tuck and rounds. Inhale, lift and arch. And last time, exhale, tuck and rounds. Inhale, lift and arch. Come back to neutral. Big toes touch near the back of the mat. Sink your hips back. Find child's pose. In that child's pose, crawl the hands further forward. Make the arms longer and longer. So you feel this lengthening here up and out of the shoulders. You press the palms firmly into the mat as you walk them forward. Breathe all the way up into the upper chest and collarbone. Find that expansion across the side ribs. One more breath here. And as you let go of that breath, you can start to walk the hands back towards your knees, bring the knees to touch. This time you're in a kneeling shape with the toes untucked. So on the tops of the feet. Reach the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, bring that big fist over towards your right hip, hug the right elbow in. Lower the right ear towards the right shoulder, lengthen the left side of your neck. Thanks, Queen. You can turn the chin down or up to dial in the stretch there in your neck. Just notice that left side. One more breath here. And as you release the breath, release the arms, take them to the other side. So that big fist goes to the left hip, hug the left elbow in, lower the left ear towards the left shoulder. You can turn the chin down or up to dial in the stretch for your cervical spine, for where you hold on to tension in your neck. For many of us, it is that upper trap and levator scapula, back of the neck, where we're holding on to some tension. Last breath. All right, you can release, come through center, shift forward, tuck your toes, lift the knees up, and walk your hands back. Catch opposite elbows and dangle. In that dangle pose here at the back of your mats. You can again sway lightly left and right. You might interlace the fingers and hold the back of the head. Checking in with the neck. There's no strain. Wherever you end up, no strain. Next time you exhale, release the arms. Inhale, crawl the hands to the top of the mat. Downward facing dog. You've got it. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump lightly. Top of the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale to fold. And rooting down into the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Grow tall. Interlace your fingers and push the palms up. Nice squeeze right side body, lengthen the left. Back up through center, squeeze left side body, lengthen the right. Back up through center, push your palms forward and round the upper back. You can tuck your chin there as well. Breathe into the upper back, feel that space you have there. Just one more inhale. All right, exhale, release into your forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, place palm, step or jump the feet back. From high plank, come all the way down to your belly. Reach the arms back behind you, have the palms face up. Inhale, lift chest, chin, arms and legs, modified locust pose. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last time, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Slide the palms to the by your chest, push down, come up into tabletop. Now in your tabletop position, turn the thumbs forward, the fingertips out. You're going to draw some circles here with your torso. Rolling out the wrists, noticing your shoulders. You might even roll across your kneecaps a little bit there. For those of us that have sensitivities in the knees, check in with them. Change direction with those circles. Maybe you're getting some bowl of Rice Krispies effect in the body. A little snap, crackle, pop. We haven't done any twisting, so I haven't heard Queenie's spine yet.
I cracked my spine already this morning. Thank you very much.
And then pause in center. Turn your hands back. We'll walk this tabletop further back on your mat. So you have a little bit more space in front of you. So the hips are going to stay over top of the knees. Walk your hands forward. So just like that child's pose we did earlier, feel like we're getting longer and longer in the arms. Walk them forward. Push firmly into your palms. Work either the forehead down to the floor or maybe a prop. Or you can take the chin down to the floor. You can even take chest and chin down to the floor for heart melting pose, puppy pose, or heart melting pose. Both work really well. If it feels like, ow, my neck, or ow, my low back, then heart melting pose might not be for you. If that's the case, push into your palms and the head can even stay up off the floor. Your puppy pose almost looks like a down dog that fell forward onto its knees. Mm-hmm. One last breath in your version. To come out of the shape, push firmly into the hands and begin to walk your hands back in so that you are in a tabletop. Nice. You can exhale carefully, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, lift and arch. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, lift and arch. One more time. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, lift and arch. Come back to neutral. This time the knees will go together. Slide the palms back. Find modified child's pose. Forehead to the floor. Palms face up next to the feet. Breathe into your upper back, mid back, and low back here. Relax your shoulders. Can you let the shoulders actually drag down towards the mat with the help of gravity? Notice your wrists, your ankles, your hips, your shoulders. All these major series of joints where we might be holding on to tension or discomfort. One last breath. All right, sigh that breath out. Slide the palms to the under the shoulders, push down and come up into that upright, just the kneeling shape, sitting on the heels. You're going to have hands on blocks or right on the floor. Squeeze the knees together. If you feel like you have extra stretch available to you in the tops of the feet and the shins, as you begin to lean back, let the knees lift up just slightly. Maybe it's only a millimeter or two, an inch or two. We stretch the shins and the tops of the feet. A few of us hold tension there. Breathe. Maybe they're lifting up quite high, or just an inch or two. You can even reach the arms forward here, balancing on the tops of your feet, if it feels available to you. Anyone else used to kneeboard as a kid? Kneeboarding, anyone? It's kind of like kneeboarding. Yeah, okay, just me. Don't have that curio anymore. One more big breath. On the exhale, knees come down to the floor. Plant your hands, tuck your toes, lift the knees up. Find that dangle pose yet again at the back of your mat. So you get to choose. In this dangle pose, you can continue just to catch opposite elbows or interlace the fingers, take them behind the head. You can also use your peace fingers. Grab your big toes, find Padangusthasana. Elbows bending out to the sides of the room as you pull the crown of the head down towards the floor. Press the heels into the mat and reach your bum up away from the heels. Feel that length you're starting to create in your posterior chain. You can even lean a little bit to the left and the right, checking in with the balance or imbalance that you feel between left side and right side. You got one more breath in your version of a forward fold. Exhale to release the hands. Nice. Crawl the hands to the top of the mat. Let's check in with our downward facing dog one last time. Just feel if we've created a little extra space, either in posterior chains, so sure, the hamstrings, the calves, the soles of the feet, even the low back and the back of the hips, but also in your shoulders, the length of your arms, your torso. If you have a jump through, you're welcome to jump through to seated. If you'd rather just step to the top of the mat and sit down, that's fine too. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump. Come to the top of the mat and sit down. Extend the legs out in front of you. Give them a little shake. Nice. And then bending that right knee, bring the sole of the foot down inside the left foot. Sit up nice and tall and wrap your arms around the right leg. Hug it in nice and tight. Try to sit up tall, closing off that space between your torso and the thighs. Tough for many of us. But if we were to think about that child's pose we were doing earlier, kind of the modified child's pose, right? Think that connection between torso and thigh, letting the torso push forward a touch. Breathe. Nice. Those of us that need a little twist in the mornings, you can pick up that leg, cross the right ankle outside the left thigh. But we keep that connection, right? That close connection here between torso and thigh. Wrap the left arm around the right leg and add a twist. And if it feels good just to stay with the neutral version, stay with the neutral version. That's fine. One more breath on this side. And we'll exhale the release through center. Straighten the right leg, bend the left. So just start with the neutral version. Draw it in nice and close. Letting the torso connect. This is tough for some of us. In the same way that I have relatively tight hamstrings in the morning, Queenie doesn't always love drawing thighs into chest. It's kind of challenging, but hey, we all have our challenge.
This is like super uncomfortable for me.
Whereas it's really comfortable for me. So if you want a little bit more depth, and a few of us we find that the twist maybe gets a little extra into it. You can pick up that left leg, cross the left ankle outside the right thigh. Keep the connection, right? Torso still nice and close to the thigh. Right arm wraps around that left leg, and add a twist. Left hand to the back of the mat, twist. But kind of notice if you start doing that twist and everything kind of falls apart, right? We still want that connection, pulling everything in as close as you can manage. One more breath. And release through center. Extend the left leg forward. Lie down. Once you're lying flat on your back, rest your palms face up next to the thighs. Separate the feet a comfortable distance apart. Take any little fidgets that you need to find some stillness. When we let that transition happen, all the effort of the practice starts to melt away into our Shavasana, our corpse pose. Just for a moment or two, nothing else you need to worry about achieving or accomplishing. If you feel like you need longer in this shape, you are welcome to it. Please stay. If you're choosing to come back, begin to lengthen your inhales and your exhales. Feeling that breath flow through the nose, down the throat, down the length of your spine, just as we began our practice. As breath reconnects you to the body, move your fingers, move your toes, turn your head side to side. You can inhale, give yourself a bit of a stretch. And exhale, soften. One more time, inhale, stretch. And exhale, soften. Bend your knees, either roll to one side or rock up into a comfortable seated position. Sit cross-legged or kneeling, stack the spine up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Just recognizing the sensation we have here in the body, the space you've created for yourself with your practice. We'll take an inhale that expands the belly, the ribs, the collarbone, fill all the way up. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Palms connect in prayer at heart center, thumbs rest into the sternum, closing to the sound of a single Om. Inhale. Om. Airhead. Thanks for being here to share this energy. Please take some with you off the mat. Share with the ones that you love. Namaste.
Namaste.
Really appreciate you all. Thanks for being here this morning after your long weekend. Go and drink lots of water. Maybe out of your Curio cups. I don't even know if it's Curio cup is a thing. Oh, are they delivering dirt? They are delivering dirt.
Random things. Jonathan is fully assimilated to living in the suburbs. He's planting a garden in the backyard.
1 second.
Yeah, so thank you. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Deanna. Thanks, Claudia. Thanks for joining us. Happy Monday. As usual, do let us know, or send us messages. Thanks again for participating in our giveaway last month, but please feel free to continue to send us messages. Looks like we have grass seeds.
Grass
I'm
seeds.
guessing.
I've gone full suburban for sure.
Thanks, Julia. We'll be back Wednesday and Friday as well, obviously. Abby's on the mug. Well, a version of Abby, like what schnauzers are supposed to look like, I guess, in a cartoon version. But Abby is a little bit different, as she hears us talk about her. She's trying to run away. She has longer schnauzer ears, only because we grew her ear hair out. Randomness. But we think it makes her look more like a girl. Not that it really matters. But
We just
this
think
is
it looks,
also,
it looks
cute.
nice.
Yeah,
It looks cute.
it makes her look like she has like a little bob.
Okay.
Oh, we have the same hair.
Really, what? You actually do have the same hair. It's actually.
Now we
completely true.
fully look like each other.
Um,
We have the same hair. If you guys have the same eyebrows.
on the same eyebrows. We actually really love if you want to see a bunch of really cute things, Google
Schnauzers?
Japanese schnauzers.
Yeah.
Because that's actually the standard Japanese schnauzer cut. It's like long ears.
They actually I feel like they tease their ear hair so it looks like a actual bigger bob.
Yeah.
And it's so cute. Yeah. So we just.
I don't know if it's not a money thing. I just don't have Abby. I love you very much, but I don't have the time to make Abby look like a show dog every day. Like people that do, amazing. Like that. Like when I sometimes walk around the neighborhood, there are certain dogs that are like
immaculate. Yeah.
every time I see them.
But Abby also hates being brushed. It's a battle each time. So she's pretty scruffy actually, and she's like a velveteen teddy bear. So she's like mats all over.
Velveteen rabbit.
Yeah, rabbit, not teddy bear. Yeah. So other random facts about our obsession with our dog, as you couldn't tell already.
And the gardening thing, because we are living with Quinny's mom, I do my best to help out around the house and do stuff that maybe they don't always do.
I'm excited
Because
for
they're busy,
what you might
you know,
grow
so-
this summer. Since we kind of talked about that when we were downtown. There's like where we used to live. There's like a community plot, like a really dinky, small, kind of sad community plot, like a few blocks away. And we're like,
But the people that ran it did a great
no,
job.
it's amazing. It was
We
just
just
like
meant
we
it
wished it
was
was
small space.
bigger. Yeah, but we always were like, hey, maybe we should like do it with some friends and like try to get a plot. I guess
That never happened.
Yeah.
But now, I'll build a little elevated cedar garden plot in the backyard. And we'll let you know what we managed to grow.
Marie's dog also hates being groomed. Yeah, Abby. I can't even brush her because I'm not alpha enough. Jonathan has to be the one that brushes her, and it's always a huge endeavor. All I hear is growling, grumble, and Jonathan's like, "Don't move!" And I just walk off somewhere.
She's normally pretty good for most of it. It's when she was very young, like within the first year of us having her, I think it was her first time getting groomed.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
We took her to a groomer, like, thinking like, okay, this is what you do.
Well, we knew nothing about grooming our dog.
We didn't know. And we got her back, and her nails were like nubs. So they had like cut off
most of her
most
nails.
of the
It
nails.
was only like tiny bit left.
Which I guess some people request because they don't want their floors scratched or something. But like, we had mentioned to them like, oh my god, did she bleed? They're like, oh yeah, she bled, but we used the powder so it stopped the bleeding. We're like,
it's So if you don't know anything about dog nails, if you're still around and listening, but like basically imagine cutting like more than half your nail off.
Yeah.
Like into your nail bed, like so
Yeah.
that like your
So
the
not to
nail, the
freak
pink
people
part
out.
of your nail, it's like mostly gone. So that's what happened to her. So she since like I think she was 6 months old,
Yeah.
maybe a little older. She remembers till today, and she's 9 now.
We can't trim her nails.
Jonathan has to file her nails. We actually have some pretty funny boomerangs of Abby lying on her back and Jonathan filing her nails. That's like spa day, but she hates that too most of the time, and that kind of extends into her legs.
Yeah, she
the rest
doesn't
of
like getting
body.
her
She
legs
doesn't-
trimmed.
She's super sensitive. She has trauma.
So
We gave her.
well,
We
didn't
paid for
know.
somebody to traumatize our dog.
We did well, but then after that, we ended up we ordered clippers.
Yeah.
And
So
we
we
groomed
groom her
her
ourselves now for
ourselves.
like 9
Yeah.
years because the 3 times we brought her to groomers, and we specifically would tell them 2 other times like don't touch her nails, like don't touch it. And she came back and she had no nails. So
Yeah.
like, do you enjoy that? Because like our dog probably
We did
tried
it-
to murder you.
We got
when you
her
touched her
groomed
feet.
here once at your family's groomer.
They were fine,
They
but
were
we were
fine.
still like we were so used to grooming her. We're like,
Yeah.
what the heck? We'll just do it. So.
Anyways,
I don't know why you're still here. Oh, there's only 5 people. So thanks for listening.
enjoy the
Clearly.
rest of your week.
Thanks, Savannah. Thanks. Yeah, so Claudia said yoga in the garden. I think that you really want to do it more in the outdoors.
Oh, when the weather is
when it's
nicer?
nicer. Yeah.
For sure, we're gonna be taking
Just
our
annoy the
practice outside.
neighbors with our chatter.
Well, and the other thing this time of day is there is like a fair amount of cars.
Yeah, so we want to make sure.
and sometimes like beeping trucks or garbage
Not
trucks.
as bad as downtown though.
Not even
When we
close.
used to, it was already bad when we're inside our
True.
condo when we're downtown.
That's true.
It's like
But that was a
construction.
distraction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Anyways, happy Monday. Thanks for listening.
Bye. See you soon.
We'll see you on Wednesday.